Hey guys, Kalfas here. Welcome to another video. In this one I'm going to be talking about all the normal dungeons, which is basically Dungeon 1 all the way to Dungeon 8. And they are located here in the Heartland. I just went through and recorded all the individual ones. I just wanted to say, one, thanks for watching. Two, if you find this helpful at all, please subscribe and like the video. It really helps me out a lot. And let's get right into it. So before we leave the town or the tower, we want to go ahead and go over to the treasure hunter, and I just want to show you this trick. So let's say you're having trouble finding a specific key. The treasure hunter has all the keys that you could ever need. However, you do have to pay silver. So the first one right here, number 1 silver. 2, 3, so on and so forth. The silver increases, but they are pretty valuable. If you're trying to go a little bit faster, maybe you just buy the keys instead of farming them. If you go to the next page, you'll find 6, 7, and 8. And then for the hard mode keys, I'm going to be going over hard mode dungeons in another one. But those keys are also located here if you're curious. Alright, so let's get to the first dungeon. Alright guys, I've made it to the first dungeon, the Abandoned Storage Cave. Now there's a couple things to note about this one. Unless it's been changed yet, you cannot enter this one with friends. So because it's the first one, T1, it's a solo dungeon. So before I go in, I'm going to zoom my map out, and you can kind of see it's just almost straight down from the tower. Just go straight down, and then you can run in here. Because I'm level 25, it gives me this message saying I'm a little bit too high to go in. It's not going to be worth it if I do go in, but I'm still allowed to. So right off the bat, you can see you enter this little first room with the door. If you want to go back out, you can leave there. I've unequipped most of my gear because I'm so strong. Because I'm so strong, these guys won't attack me either. But you got to be careful. They do shoot. The shots aren't too powerful, but if you get caught up in a lot of the spiders at once, they'll do a lot of damage, all adding up to potentially dropping you. So here's the boss. You can see he kind of shoots in, kind of sprays all the way around him like this. So you just gotta kind of stay back and dodge stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything else to him. Maybe it's just this. Okay, so these shots, he puts up turrets too, that I'm sure you can kill. But for this guy, for the most part, guys, you're just gonna want to go ahead and shoot him down. I'm probably gonna be able to kill him in one shot here because of how strong my character is at this point. But you can go ahead, and he's not going to drop loot because I'm so high, but he should drop loot if you're in the level 1 to 5 area. And then after you get to 5, you won't want to be in this dungeon anymore. You're going to want to move on to the next dungeon we'll be at next. Alright guys, we've made it to the next dungeon, T2. I believe it's the, yes, the spawning nest. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in my map here. You can see the dungeons here, and if you zoom out from the tower, you gotta go straight down. This is the first dungeon. You gotta go down and around. There's a break right here in the wall, so you gotta go down and around, and then kind of just straight back up. So let's get right into it. Again, this dungeon is intended for levels 6 to 10. I can still enter if I'm more powerful. However, I'm not gonna really get loot. So this one's kind of the same as the first one, except now you can enter with friends. These guys will... They're basically a bunch of little mobs, right, that are going to be hitting you with a lot of projectiles. And of course, there are other paths. I just seem to be picking the right path. Gotta go down around to the bottom to enter. And this is the Hydra. So first thing to note is his attack pattern. Again, kind of the same thing, attacks in a kind of swirly pattern like that. And then this right here, this is resin. And if you stand in it for too long, you'll actually get damaged. After a while, he goes into his invincibility phase. See, I can't even hit him. And he spawns these guys that actually reduce your damage. Or, sorry, reduce your defense. So make sure you kill those guys if you're lower level, so you don't get that debuff. But again, what I was saying is, if you're standing in this pool for too long, you'll take a lot of damage. So be very careful, even after killing him. Let me go ahead and kill him now. You can see the loot bag is sometimes up here, and I've had my friend go ahead and loot him, but he was looting while he was standing in the pool. So definitely step outside the pool as soon as you're done looting, so you don't risk that happening. Alright, on to T3. Okay, so here we are at T3. You can see it looks like someone went in because there's population 1. I'm going to go ahead and wait and see if that disappears so I don't interfere with his dungeon. In fact, I probably can't even enter now that there's a level cap. So if he was level, well, this is 10 to 5. If he was level 10 to 5 and he enters and I'm 2 levels above him, or even 3 levels, I won't be able to go in. Because you have to be close to the level of the person that enters and opens it with the key in order to join in. So real quick, if you're looking for this dungeon and you see this pyramid, it's just a little bit down and to the left of the pyramid. If I zoom out, go ahead and follow. You can find maps online, but I'll show you here as well. You go down, you'll hit a wall eventually. That's the desert wall. Go all the way to the left. All the way to the left, and then there'll be a little entrance right at the top left of that gate there. So go in there, down, kind of in the middle-ish area. You just basically go down to the right, and then eventually you'll have to backtrack a little bit. So let's see if I can go ahead and go into this dungeon without bothering this guy. I'll have to go in as soon as that's done. I'm gonna run over here so it updates maybe. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't come out too fast and then joins my dungeon. So this is kind of the same as the resin. You can walk in this, but after a while you'll take damage and it goes up and up and up. So be very careful. These guys will shoot in spread patterns. So if you get up to them, you can kill them real quick. But if you run past them and your friend's trailing behind you, your friend's going to take a lot of damage from those guys. I'm going to keep going. Someone entered my dungeon, so I want to get to the boss before they do, so I can show you a little bit of what the guy does. So kind of spins around here and attacks in these kind of wavy patterns. He's invincible when he's spinning towards you like that, so if you run right here, I can't hit him right now. Let's see if I try. See how he's invincible? If I just keep running, he's invincible, so this guy won't be able to kill him. I guess I'm being a little bit of a troll right now from stopping this guy. But I do just kind of want to show you guys. He's kind of invincible here, and as soon as I run up to him, he becomes uninvincible. So I'll show you. I'll stop moving. See how he attacks me right there? He thinks it's a bug, but I know it's just part of the phase. So sometimes you can see how the multiple... See, I actually got a bag for that one because I'm getting closer to the levels. You can see how he stopped and then spawned 2 mirages. Those guys have less health, but will also attack you. So just definitely be careful. If you're with a lower group, go ahead and kill the mirages first. But if you're in a better group, you can just try and focus down the boss. You can definitely see how he thought it was a bug there, but it wasn't really. It's just part of the mechanics of the boss. Alright, on to T4. Okay, so here we are at T4, the Frozen Haven. Now this is located all the way on the right of your map. Again, right after the desert. And the entrance, if you're in the desert, just basically go all the way over to the right. All the way to right about here. And you just kind of go onto this little platform that leads you up. And then as soon as you get into the frozen area, just go straight right. Let's get right into it. So this dungeon is for levels 16 to 20. And drops, of course, T4 gear. So as soon as you get into this one, another thing, or kind of a thing to note for this dungeon, is they kind of like to crowd the room entrances right here. Because I am too high, they won't actually attack me, but they like to crowd right around here. So if you have an alchemist, you can actually sit right here and just lob potions here. But otherwise, just be a little bit careful entering if you're not a high level or you don't have good gear. So I just kind of always take the first turn that I see, and if it runs into a dead end, oh well. Then, of course, remember to get the altars here. I didn't mention those, but if you don't know about them, go ahead and snag them. You just go up to them, and it'll tell you what it is. This is a health regen. Activate it, and then you can see the buff shows up over here. And I have 2 minutes. Mine's 2 minutes long, but yours will be a little bit shorter. Again, I see an entrance here, so I'm going for that. Now, of course, if you're taking too much damage, just go slower, knock them out. But here's the Boreal Shaman. So couple things. First, he attacks in this pattern, and these tornadoes can be killed by killing these torches. So I'm going to go ahead and kill that torch. See, now he doesn't have anything, and he'll go and light the torch, and another tornado will appear. So boom, I got that one. So shooting off those things. Of course, I don't take any damage because I'm such a high level. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to one-shot this guy. But what... excuse me. What happens is after he gets down to about right here, his health bar, he'll summon unkillable tornadoes. So you won't be able to turn the tornadoes off. So he summons them all at once, and you just gotta kind of dodge the tornadoes while trying to bring him down. Let's see if I can hit him for less than his whole. Okay, cool. So I don't even do nearly enough. So I can show you this phase here. There we go. See how he summons all 4. Now it doesn't. I don't believe. Yeah, I can't kill these. So now you kind of have to run around, try and dodge the tornadoes. They'll chase you. So if you're down here, you can kind of see they're all chasing you, and then I'll work my way up here, and I'll just kind of shoot towards the center until he's dead. Alright, and you can see I just grabbed a key. Now if you get a key like that from the boss, it's always to the next dungeon. So this is T4. I just got a key for T5, which is a really nice mechanic. I really enjoy that. Of course, these catalysts are for crafting. You don't really need them. I never pick them up, but I'll take the ring. Alright, on to T5. Hey guys, we're back. I just wanted to show you guys a little neat trick for getting to the T5 area a little bit quicker, a little bit safer. So I'm back on that bridge that's between T3 and T4. If I zoom out, I'll show you exactly where that is, kind of on this little platform area. Now, all you have to do is just stay close to this wall here, and you'll see the shortcut. Now, generally, I would recommend Harbinger for first players, but I like the Infiltrator just because he moves around so fast, and it's easy for me to do this video when I can travel from dungeon to dungeon really quickly. So you see we're getting to the ocean, but you can actually sneak right around the ocean right here. Alright. So after we beat this one, we'll actually be transported to here. There's a different exit. These guys will actually attack me. That's good. Here we go. Yeah, after you beat this for the first time, you're going to be transported from here to the other exit. You never exit in the same spot there. You always just exit right above town. So these guys, you can see they're actually attacking, so you can see a little bit of what it looks like. If you're a new player, you can kite back and attack them. If you have enough move speed, sometimes you can just run right past them too. You can see I got slowed there. Now, some of these guys, I think it's these guys. Watch out for the crab-looking things. There's some crabs that... I'm trying to look and see if I can find them. There's some crabs that explode and shoot bullets in every direction. And you really want to be careful for those guys if you're running past them. I think it's these crab-looking guys. Let me zoom out and see where I'm going here. So this is T5. This is a good one to farm up a little bit if you're a new player, because at level 1, the best gear that you can equip is T5. T6 gear you can unlock and start wearing at level 20, and then all the other gears, T7, 8, 9, 10, all unlock at level 25. So from level 1 to level 20, T5 gear is your best gear. You can see I keep... Oh, okay, here are the guys, these big crab-looking things. See how they're shooting in every single direction? If you run past those guys, ooh, you'll get hit pretty hard, especially if there's one on each side. So, not the little crabs, but the big ones. Go ahead and get that energy altar. I can go invisible here and go a little bit faster. Okay. Okay, we found the boss. So I'm going to run around and go ahead and explain this. I'm not going to attack. Fortunately, I have enough defense for the most part just to stand here. But when you go in the boss, you can go in here. You can see he shoots kind of a spread that covers most of the room, and then mobs will spawn behind you. So let me go ahead and kill these mobs so you can kind of see. Obviously, you can hide behind these little pods here, so try not to kill them. You don't need to kill the pods. A lot of new players will be trying to kill these pods, and it's just not worth it. You want to hide behind them. There's no benefit to killing them. And then the other safe spot, so safe spot behind the pods, the other safe spot's on the edge. But, again, you want to make sure you're not standing in this pool for too long. You can stand in it for at least a good 5 seconds and then pop out and pop right back in. So, at first you go in and you try and kill the boss. Obviously, don't stand right in front of him. I'm a tank. I'm really tanky compared to him right now, so I don't take any damage. But if you see, you can't hit him. He's invincible. Okay, so how do you kill him? Well, you gotta just kill these legs on the side first. So I run up. Can't seem to hit it. Hang on. There we go. I hit it that time. It popped out. Got one. Okay, so I got one. I'm gonna safely. Oh, you can see I almost died there because of this resin pool, right? So even me, if I stand in it long enough, it will hurt me and it will kill me. That actually would have been pretty funny. That's too bad. Alright, so after I'm done killing this leg, I tend to go all the way around back here, kill these mobs, and then loop back this way. I just don't like to be in the middle because it's really dangerous. So I'm coming around, I'm hitting these legs. You can see he's shot, so he's not going to shoot again. I just popped out of the pool right there. So I shoot, 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 pop out. He just shot, so I pop out. There we go. Sometimes you got to wiggle around a little bit to try and find the right spot. I'm going to pop out so I don't die. Kill these guys back here. Use my ability too. So I'm going to use my ability if they spawn back. Hopefully those swords will kill him. So now he should be able to kill. And you can see I am killing him. Occasionally, that guy will remain invincible even after you kill the legs. And that's a current known bug. The devs are working on fixing it. But as of now, it's still there. So just be really careful. I've had a lot of friends kill this leg, and then rush in to kill this guy, and all of a sudden they can't kill him, and they thought they were just lagging, so they stayed there, and they ended up dying. So let's go ahead and grab this loot bag before it disappears. Got the ammo, that's pretty cool. So again, these items are tier 5, and you can use those at any level. Let's move on to T6. Oh, wait a minute, one more thing. You can see as I leave, I'm in a different spot. Okay, so this spot is straight above the tower, and it kind of introduces you to the second half of the map. If I zoom out, you can see if this was a big map right here, big circle, I cut the circle in half, and this is tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 with a little bit of 5. And now we have the other half of 5. 6 is over here, 7 is over here, and then 8 right there. So it kind of cuts the map in half. Alright, I'll talk to you guys as soon as I get to 6. Alright guys, we made it to T6. I'm taking actually a little bit of damage here, so I'm going to go ahead and kill these guys before I explain the location. Those volcanoes spawn these red guys, so go ahead and kill the volcanoes so they don't spawn anymore. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and equip my, let's see, which one of these? My rings and my amulet. Okay, so if I zoom out, you can see that here's the T5 area. I just kind of ran straight to the top right, hit a wall, and then just ran up the wall until I found the dungeon. Let's go ahead and go in. So this one is a little bit more frustrating. Right now, because it's winter, it's all frozen over and you move fairly fast. But in the normal state, this is all water, so you go much, much slower. So whenever I do this one, I like to bring in an infiltrator and find the boss for my friends, just because it's so much faster if you have an infiltrator. There's some other fast classes as well. Alchemist is actually pretty fast. And then if you have movement speed charms, you can go even faster. But I do believe it caps out, if you click on swiftness here, I do believe it caps out at 16 tiles. So if let's go into my secret little, I see 16. So I can't go any faster than 16 tiles. My normal walking speed's I guess 13.5, and as soon as I activate my invisibility, I go up to 16. So this basically, I don't really find anyone that comes here to farm mobs or materials. It's more so just trying to find the boss. It's a huge map generally, especially hard mode. I'll make another video on hard modes, but you can see it's just really big, and you're just looking for the boss. Unfortunately, it looks like I chose the wrong path in the beginning. And I'll just, sure, there could be paths over on this side too, but I like to just kind of stick to one side and trace out. You keep going down, and if it's a dead end, I'll just go back on the other side. So for this boss, you'll see he's kind of a kraken-looking octopus thing. You have Deepwater Kraken, and even though this looks like water, oh yeah, you can see how it's still kind of icy. So the legs shoot this black-looking substance, the tar, and if you hit it, you can see boom, I'm going really, really slow now. So it slows you down by a large amount. So what most people do is they go ahead and kill the legs off first. I'll try not to kill the boss too, I might accidentally. But you can see the boss just kind of shoots this one attack, the green that shoots everywhere. And you can see the legs do spawn back after a while, so be careful there. There we go. It's actually easier for me after getting hit by the Tark, so I can aim. So for this, it's a little bit tricky. How are you gonna get the bag, right, when you're going like this? So I think default pick up everything is space. So what you do is you just hit E and then space. E space. You can see I grabbed it there. If you are not sure what pick everything up is, just go to your settings, go to keybinds, and then if you scroll down, you can see, did I pass it? Take all, right here, space. So that's what you want. Alright, I'll see you guys at T7. Okay guys, this is T7. Let me zoom my map out real quick and show you. If you teleport to the spot that you came out of T5 right there and go left, left. After you get to a kind of a fork in the road, you go kind of up and to the right. And there's a little bit of a way shrine right there. Now what I like to do is if I teleport, if you do have that way shrine, teleport to that way shrine and then just go straight up into the water here and hug the edge of the ocean, because there are less mobs on that edge of the ocean there, and you'll be a lot safer. You just kind of loop in. If you were to have this whole map explored, you're kind of in a center of a lake right here, and the entrance to that lake is right there. So let's go ahead and jump right in before I die. So I often call this one the most dangerous of the normal dungeons, just because there's a lot of hidden projectiles and poison. So you can see this is all hidden, but the road always guides you. You see that the road runs right up to the bush. That means there's a path there as well. And you just kind of run around side to side until you find something. You see the road leads you here. But you can see how difficult it is to see the bullets coming at you in this area. You can't even see the mobs, you know, so it's really dangerous. I really like to use Harb and Sentinel here. Sentinel will keep you a little bit safer, and the Harb will target things even though you can't see it. So that's one big concern. Let's keep going here. You can see how the road ends in the center of the room. That means it's going to be a dead end, and there's no reason to keep exploring. So let's go back up to spawn here. And this is really good for wood if you're looking for wood. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to zoom my map in so I can see my enemies on the mini-map. That's a good trick, even though you can't see them in the bushes. So you can see how the road hits the wall here and here. That means there's going to be two paths. So I could go this way, right? And I could completely not even understand if there's a path there. The only way to really tell is this right here. So I'm just going to remember that for later. If this isn't the right way, maybe it's down there. Again, two paths. We're going to go up first. And before you guys start this dungeon, you want to look out mainly for these guys right here, those gross looking oozes. See how it leaves a trail of poison. And then when you kill them, let's go ahead and kill them. Boom, it shoots poison out everywhere. And you can see, even for me, if I would stop dodging it, it hurts pretty bad. See, there you go. See 90 right there, and it ticks for this much. So if you're ticking down, use a health potion. I would not come in here without health potions, guys. Those poisons are just too unpredictable, and even without being able to see them, you can run into them. So definitely, that's the biggest danger here. You'll be running, you'll be scared, all of a sudden you run over a piece of poison, and boom, you're dead. So fortunately, we went straight to the boss. That's pretty cool. So I get to make this one a quicker one. Heart of the Forest. So first off, there are two safe spots behind this rock and behind this rock. Of course, like before in T5, the mobs spawn behind you though. So if you're a Harbinger, you can just kind of kill them real quick. But as you can see, hold on. I think I'm safe right here. You see how I'm safe right here? I can actually hit the boss from a safe spot. So it's pretty easy boss as long as you hide behind this rock and kill the ads. So real quick, I'm going to aim the ads, kill the ads, kill the ads, kill the ads. And I'm not taking any damage. I'm going to go ahead and shoot over to the right side of this guy. And you can see how I can take him out without taking any damage at all. Perfect. I can get some armor. I can sell that to the vendor if I'm not going to use it. Or I can save it for later in my vault. But now we did T7. Let's go ahead and then meet back up at T8. Alright guys, we made it to the T8 area. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, but I would recommend you find some type of map online to figure out how to get here. I just kind of went down, 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 right, down, down, and then left, down. It's the map that you can see is a section of kind of floating isles with bridges to them, so it's kind of hard. I usually look for this L-shaped one right here, kind of shaped like a boot or an L, and that means I just go up and then to the left and then up again, and it's right there. So let's get right into it. So this is the last of the normal dungeons. After this you go into T9, and those are all basically the same dungeons, all ramped up to a harder difficulty. And you can see how it's kind of just like up, left, straight down. There's no paths at corners or anything. It's all fairly uniform. And if you count the rooms, this is 1, this would be 2 away from spawn, so this would be 3. It's always in the 5th room, I believe. And again, you want to go careful. You want to be careful when you enter the rooms because a lot of mobs are there. I'm really quick and I have a lot of defense, so I can do this, but I'm just trying to get to the boss quickly for you guys. But I would take your time while entering the rooms. Make sure you push through them as a team. Don't leave anyone behind. So this is room 1, 2. So I'm entering 3. Let me stealth and go a little bit faster. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But there are no branches off, so I gotta go back. This one's a little bit harder to find the boss sometimes. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4. There's a 4. Okay, so either of these could be the boss. If I go down, you see how I didn't get a message? I know it's not the boss, so I know that's a dead end. However, there could be chests down there. And as you can see, there we go, there's the boss. So this boss, these shots right there go through walls, so you got to be careful. If you run up slowly, your friends can all get hit by those. He spawns little spiders. That will paralyze you right there. Here, let me show you. If it hits me, see how I can't move? I'm petrified. Just petrified me again, still can't move. There we go. Just barely dodged it that time. I'm going to go ahead and start whacking them down here. And then that, again, see how it can go through walls. So your friends, if they're hiding behind walls, just make sure they're being careful. In order to get loot, all you have to do is be able to see his name on the screen. That means you're close enough. You don't actually have to hit the boss or anything. And boop, there we go. So we got what's called a skeleton key. And the skeleton key is the ingredient that and 1,000 silver will create any hard mode key that you'd like. So guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please post them down below. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. I'm probably going to do another video on the hard mode dungeons coming up here in the near future. And as always, questions down below in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and post 3 different Discords that are great communities for you to ask questions, hang out with people, anything like that, as well as a Twitch streamer that you can go ahead and follow and then ask him. He's really good with questions, Seth. If you have any questions and he's live, he's more than happy to help you guys. So again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and again, hope to see you in the next video.